Hey, profit takers, welcome back. Today we're going to look at the weekly template, um, specifically around Friday, right? How Friday closed. So right now we're looking at EURCAD, and we can see Friday closed as an inside day, meaning it did not touch any side of the actual range, meaning it didn't break the previous day high or the low. It stayed inside of the actual high of Wednesday, and of course, Thursday's low, or we can even take it further back to, if it's this in this range here, it's just between, the high and low of Wednesday and Thursday. So what we're looking for here, guys, is this is in itself a signal day. So if we look here, last Friday it also closed as a signal day, as an inside day, and what we are looking for is the breakout, right? The false breakout, if you will, because there's going to be a false breakout. Whether that false breakout is going to be up high, right? It can false break up high and then continue to proceed in its intended direction. Okay, so let me illustrate that really quickly. So here we are. This is going to be, this daily high is going to be the range, right, that we're going to be working with. So if it does a false break high, right, meaning it comes here and it triggers breakout traders long and then fails, right, for the intended direction, it could do, start going down, right? This will be an interesting level to watch, right, because we did have a low put in place on Thursday. So this low is either going to be a low that is going to support us and continue to proceed on up, right? It could, like I said, this false break could technically come down to this level, right? And then it can get support and then continue to proceed up and break the highs, right? Then it will break the high of the inside bar, which will be Friday's high, and then proceed on up. So this would be an interesting one to watch. Again, this is the EURCAD. So that's what you want to look for when it comes to the inside day signal, right? Because it's going to give you a false reversal or, whatever, and then it's going to go into the intended direction. So keep in mind for these levels that I just mentioned and take it from there. The other thing I want you to do is to mark those breakout levels, right? So for example, previous Friday was an inside day, and we know this was the high, right? And this was the breakout level because the previous day high was here. So we can just extend that line, right? We can just extend it, to the end of the week. And that will be another level that we use to see how price is going to respond. And as we can see on Monday, we had a false break to the low because it did put in a low right here, right? So that could have, triggered you to think, okay, maybe it's going to go and break that low. But it did not, right? And Monday's the opening range of the week. So it established the new high and low for the week. And so we look at this level as, okay, Tuesday comes, this will be a significant level to see whether or not price is going to break through this, right, or not. Because you can see we had equal highs earlier in the session, another reversal trade that could have probably had you thinking that it was going to continue. So that's why it's important for you to use the Friday's high and low and closing price as your as a level that you want to pay attention to. All right. So this was Friday's closing price. And again, this particular broker counts Sunday, so we're just going to ignore that. All right. We're going to ignore that. And because this thing did not break through the open range, I'm not going to put another line here for, the low, right? This would be, the low of, you can't even see it, but the open range, the yellow is covering, Friday's inside bar low, right? So we don't even need to worry about that. So I'm going to just mark the breakout level for Friday's, for the inside high breakout level, right? Which was Friday's high. And then the closing price, mark those levels. And those will be the two levels that we're going to use in addition to your daily high and lows and, your previous day high and lows as well. So that's key. So when this market opens, I will just do the same thing, right? I already know I can, no, I probably can't, I cannot do anything right now with it. But technically speaking, this is probably going to be the close right here for Friday. Okay. And like I mentioned, we are going to identify the high and low, which is already going to be marked with the previous day high and low, but we will extend that as the week progresses. So we have our levels, right? Okay. So that is we did two things in this video. We really looked into the inside day signal, right, on what to expect, right? It's going to be a false break, and then it's going to go into the intended direction. We looked back 3 days, so when the market opens, it's going to be Monday. So Thursday will be the first day of the third day, and we notice that we have this low here, and this is something that could be support or it could be resistance, whenever this market starts to auction. Okay. All right. So that is it for that video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next one.